Well, this is from section 3 of the draw, and there are some names in there. Fukushima and Matsumoto, of course, defending champions in this part of the draw. And live from Canada, and Su and Lin might mean it's an all-Chinese Taipei round 2. That is, of course, if Su and Zhang can get past Jian and Zhang here in this first round match. There they are.
Su Ya-Qing, Sun Yu-Xuan, Chinese Taipei versus Jia Yifan, Zhang Zhuxian, China.
Well, Jia Yifan and Zhang Zhuxian had such a prolific and successful 2025. They were third at the Badminton Asia Championships, won the Swiss Open, the third at the All England, Orléans, and Indonesia Masters as well. Picked up the China Masters title, Hong Kong Open title. I mean, I could sit here for the next 2-3 minutes going on about all the tournaments that they did make, but they also made it to the World Tour Finals in round 3. For Jia Yifan, of course, coming off the back of that incredible historical partnership with Chen Xingchen, it is a good return to form for her. Last year they were runner-up and made it all the way to the final. And Su and Sung didn't play last year, so overwhelming favourites is what I'm saying for this women's doubles match. Jia Yifan and Zhang Zhuxian. First meeting between these pairs.
She, red or black?
And that's Li Xiyin.
Black.
The coin toss.
Red. You red. Red. Serve. Song serve. Jia receive CHN.
A little bit nervous on the coin toss there for Sung. Oh, it was actually Su Ya-Qing. I'll tell you one thing, and this is just from watching Jia and Zhang already, you can't really be that nervous when you get up to court with them, because they get into such a fighting output so quickly. And it is, well, it's wonderful to watch. Su Ya-Qing is 34 years old now in Thailand. Has been as high as 17 with Wu Ti-jung. That was 2017, in fact, 15th of June. It's her 22-year-old partner, Tao Yuan, in Chinese Taipei. And they have themselves had a very active 2025. They got a third-place finish at the Syed Modi International quarterfinals in Australia, the Thailand Masters. Third in Korea, the Korea Masters quarterfinalists at the Arctic and Taipei Open. And also second at the US Open. In fact, a good run over in the US and Canada. They were quarterfinalists in Canada and the runner-up at the US Open. There's Jia Yifan. She's still actually just 28. I say that because of the incredible career she's had with Chen Xingchen. They were world number 1, believe it or not, back in 2017. 26-year-old Zhang Zhuxian has become a perfect foil for Zhang Zhuxian. I'm sure they're going to be looking to go one step further this year after being runners-up in the final last year. But I guess what I was saying with that list of results is they were delivering top level pretty much every couple of weeks last year. That's a great run. There's confirmation of Li Xiyin in the umpire's chair. And she's joined by Iris Mitpalu in the service judge position.
Ready to play.
Such a capable player, not just at the net, I mean, as an all-rounder. Zhang Yifan.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Xu Yaqi and Song Yuxuan, Chinese Taipei. And on my left, Jia Yifan and Tang Shuxian, China. Song Yuxuan to serve Jia Yifan. Love on. Play. Service over. 1 love. Service over. 1 all.
Just testing each other's defenses out in these opening 2 points.
Service over. 2 1.
Well, those early nerves from the coin toss seem to be translating at this moment, and it is early on court. Zhao and Zhang racing off to a 3-1 lead, and really gifted to them through mistakes from Su and Sung.
All.
Well, they've certainly set themselves down now after those gifted points. What a shot. That is an incredible angle that she has picked out.
4-3.
Look at that. That is a combination of a net shot and a drop shot. Off on the left side. Absolutely spectacular. And certainly getting warmed up quickly. Trying to sound a bit short there.
Service over. 4-all.
In all honesty, I'm still getting over that Jia Yifan shot. That was incredible. Wow. Nice touch from Zhang, so delicate. And the power comes in to the feet.
Service over.
5-4.
5-4. Service over. 5-all.
So 5-all. Su and Sung have got into gear early. Touch too many for
6-5.
That time it worked. That's what she was looking for the previous shot.
Service over.
Had the time and space to make it work. It's gone long. Nothing really we've developed so far from Soo and Sung.
6.
They have managed to at least keep pace with the scoreline.
Service over, 7-all.
Good touch from Sung.
Service over, 8-7.
Still, Cha and Zhang keeping ahead. All four players effectively opting for the big lift clears. Setting themselves up, I fully expect Zhang Chuxian to try and push forward as soon as possible. That caught out Zhang Yifan. Great shot.
Service over, 8-all.
Big smile from her there.
Yes. Yes. Service over, 9.
Well, so far, Soo and Sung have at least produced a decent enough output. Just sense that they might need something a bit more.
Service too high.
Service call is too high.
Service over, 9-all.
Sung and Soo are doing a great job at keeping the China ladies pegged on the back line at the moment. But still, it's a shot that is effective enough.
9. Service over, 10-all. Service over, 11-10, interval.
So at the break, 11-10. Not much between the pairs.
Court to 20 seconds. Court to 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair. So,
back on court for the resumption of game one.
11-10, play.
Nice setup, but
10.
so Yuswan just clips the top of the net. Oh, just wide from Jia Yifan. She's just been a little bit off target today.
Service over. 11-12.
Clash of rackets from
12.
yeah.
All.
Well, I thought that perhaps they were warming up, but maybe a little bit sluggish today, because 12 all and really letting the Chinese Taipei pair attack them without really responding to that attack
12.
is, well, it's an unfamiliar situation for most of us when you think of Jia Yifan and Zhang Shuxian. Usually straight onto that shuttle. Certainly we've seen a great many lift clears. That's a good rotation from them. And the mistake keeps them
14.
points ahead.
12.
Well, a pattern is forming, and that is if these rallies seem to extend, then the mistake seems to be coming from Su and Sung's side. That might be what Zhang and Zhang are doing, because then they just have to play out the rallies as opposed to move ahead. But it is, of course, a dangerous situation to do that. You never know if you yourself are going to get attacked.
Service over.
Might just be trying to conserve some sort of energy for the rest of what will be a tough week. They know full well, of course, what it is to get to the final. But it's shots like that, a lead that was very much in from Zhang Shuxian. Hasn't really been her sparky self so far, Shuxian. Zhang Yifan has been trying to cover, but that's a decent rally.
Service over. 16-14.
Once again, it's Jia Yifan who comes in with these big shots to set up a partner. And once again, it's a 2-point lead. Was very well read. That's how it should be.
17-14.
pretty slow to react to that shot.
Service over.
Zhang Yifan.
15-17.
A bit of a double think at the net, just wondering which shot she should play. In the end, it was way too high, and look who was waiting to finish that off. That's a bread and butter point for Zhang Yifan. 18-15, and they are looking good to rattle off this first game.
Service over. 16-18. Up.
But it wouldn't be this first game if there wasn't that comeback from Su and Sung. Again, just looks like Chia and Zhang are taking their foot off the pedal. And before you know it, up against it. But that's a big mistake from
Service over.
Xie Qing.
19-17.
That was very well placed by Zhang Shuxian. He'd be in a different
20. Game point.
mode.
17.
They've got themselves 3 game points. Making a bit of that cut and thrust decisiveness. And it's gone long. That's what I mean.
Service over. 18-20.
Going for the deep serve. Nets again, 19-20.
20. Game.
21-19, first game for us.
First game won by Jia Yifan, Zhang Shuxian.
Certainly not in
21-19.
their peak form, but they certainly produced enough to grab that first game. And maybe that confidence will allow them to open up a bit more. Certainly, Zhang Shuxian looked a little bit off colour in terms of form in that first game.
Call to 20 seconds. Call to 20 seconds. Second game, love on, late.
So game 2 underway. First game in the bag. It was
1 love.
a very leisurely paced first game. In fact, if anything, it'd be safe to say that Su and Sung actually dictated the pace of that first game. Zhang Yifan always good at marshalling that back line, but really
2 love.
Zhang didn't push forward as much as you would have thought they would, especially based on their past performances. Mistake there. And this is the situation for Su and Sung, in that they now have to make something happen. They have to try and push the issue. A lot easier on them in this second game. They won the first. Third straight mistake.
4 love.
For life.
Service over, 1-4.
And they get the first point on the board. Touch. That's more like it from Zhang Xuxian. Really took her time with that.
Service over,
And ping the corner.
5-1.
So 5-1. Slap shot from Zhang Yifan. Trying to pick up the tempo now, Zhang. Beautiful transition. Court to front, and she is kicking into life for sure now, Xuxian.
7-1.
And this is more like the output of points that we'd expect from them. As I said, they were one of the most sparkling pairs of 2025, Jia and Zhang. Playing off the shots coming in from their opponents. And looking again to try and pick up that pace. You can see the marked difference from her first game to her second. Really getting stuck in now.
2-7.
Apology coming from
Service over, 8-2.
Zhang Yifan for that. That was a little bit close to there. This is their preferred formation. Xuxian at the back and Jia Yifan just waiting. Actually used to do with Chen just ahead of the tee. And with the array of shots that she's got, that is a dangerous position for her to be in. Sunk back to this leisurely pace from game one again. Again, there is a mistake at the end of the lengthy rally.
2.
So we're heading towards the second mid-game interval. That's, I like it, bit of attack from ladies in red. That's
Service over.
keeps the top of the net.
3-9.
That's in. That's the second time that she's misread the back line.
4-9.
Well, she might be feeling a bit under the weather. It certainly looks like her reactions are a little bit slowed today. But either way, Su and Sung have so far not been able to capitalize on any kind of frailty that Zhang may have. He's still making the errors and gifting the points that they
Service over.
have been doing since the start of the match. And a lot is made of unforced errors, whether they're forced or unforced in badminton. It's a very grey area. But unanimously, people will, of course, agree that any error is gifting a point to your opponent, so you need to keep them as low as possible. And I think Su and Sung are still working on that. However slow and unfamiliar play for Jia and Zhang might be, well, they haven't made too many errors, and that's generally the way they work. 11-4 at the break. And they are in full control now.
看他那翻后场，往后站一点，让他放我前，我再去接你。你说老师往前冲完，他一射后场很被动，不要冲他这个球，然后我们自己
Court 20 seconds. Court 20 seconds.
抓到以后落点很重要，光打到就完，对吧？打到就可能不是很好。看前面的时候，前面可以多点。
Players on court.
So, critical second part of game 2 action. They have the lead that they desired, and it's a massive task for Xu Yaqing and Sung Yusuan.
11-4. Play. Service over.
Backward attack.
5-11.
Nets for Xuxian. Good defense. Absolutely left to land on its own, that shot. And that's what I mean about this pair being a slightly bit off color today. Mistakes from Zhang Xuxian, positional mistakes as well. And while they are still good enough to most probably take this in two, they've certainly shown themselves that they need to really pick up the pace this week. It's gone long, 12-7.
Xu Yajing challenges call out. Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Well, they may have used that challenge for
Service over.
the wipe down.
7 play.
After all, I guess you could say you could easily use these challenges well for exactly that purpose, especially when you're this far down.
13-7.
That's nice. Forward advancing attack from Sun Yu-swan.
13.
Nice deep dig out from Chai Yifan. The resulting cross court flies wide.
14-8.
A lot of these points in a second game that has been played at this much slower pace. Well, it might just be from the epic encounters that we've seen in doubles today on court 2. But certainly, mistakes have been coming and gifting Zhang in this second game.
Service over. 9-16.
That's a good read from Zhang Chuxian. That might be, in fact, the first one that she's had in game 2. It's been one of the many areas that she would love to have upped on. As you can see, even from her body expression, she's looking 100%. She's a little bit under the weather. Anyway, as for another day, as they still, with the mistakes, are pushing ahead nicely, and this scoreline will be a little bit flattering for them, in all honesty. It has been a different match than a lot of people would have expected. Well, left by Su Yaqing.
Service over, 10-18.
Oh, that's down. That's 19-10. Service back. So this could be the serve.
19-10.
That sees him through to round 2. Finalists, remember, last year, Zhang. That's gone long. So 10 match points.
20 match point 10. Game.
And with that, 21-19, 21-10. Fan and Zhang Chuxian with a muted performance are through to round 2.
Match won by Jia Yifan and Zhang Chuxian, 21-19, 21-10.
And here's the last point, very much played in the manner of the entire second game. Actually, attack, a mistake coming in the end from the Chinese Taipei pair. I'm sure they'll be making their way for a photo session, perhaps not. Certainly being asked for one. And as you can see, waving away more photography. Coming up next is the men's doubles, Li Fangzhe and Li Fangzhen against Alfian and Fikri. Don't go anywhere.
Well, this is that wonderful skyline of Malaysia, very distinctive. We are in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of this country, here for the HSBC BWF Malaysia Open 2026. This is a Super 1000 tournament, and into match 5 here on court 2. It is the Lee twins of Chinese Taipei, Feng Jie and Feng Zhen, are playing Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Ardianto. Of Thickery, rather, excuse me, going back to his old partner there.